One, blast off.
Peace.
What's up, guys? We're back again for another week. Hit the books live stream here. NFL Week 10 coming at you. We got a bunch of different jerseys from the AFC North. Mackie and I not repping the Patriots and Cowboys this week. They've been kind of slow to date. But, yeah, another great week of sports here. We're ready to dive in. We've got Huff reporting live as he's ready to hit the Steelers game in just a few hours. We've got an NFL game kicking off right now in Germany. I don't know if anybody's tuned into it. I know I'm not. But let's get right into it. I think we have a great week here. We'll get you some mortal locks. We'll get you some fantasy questions in the chat as well. We know everybody loves those. So start throwing some likes on the chat. Start throwing us some questions. Let me know what you're looking at for your fantasy lineup, who you're debating between, and who you want to bet on this week. I want to hear what you guys have got. But yeah, let's dive right into it. Huff, what game are we jumping into first here this week?
Let's get it started with my Steelers and Commanders.
Yeah, that's a great game. You could say game of the week potentially, but with the way the Steelers play, they might be shutting down Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't be too surprised if that were to happen. But then again, Jaden Daniels has looked great to date. I know a lot of you have him fired up in your lineup, rightfully so. It's hard to put him on the bench, but I believe it's a very close spread here this week as the Steelers are on the road to face the Commanders in Washington. The Commanders coming in at -2 with the -110, and meanwhile the Steelers at +115 on the money line. The over/under pretty high for a Steelers game at 45.5. Huff, you're going to be there today. I know you guys usually have that fist up for the Commanders, at least Jesse does. But let me hear what you're thinking about TJ Watt and your boys today.
Yeah, I was telling Haas earlier, I just don't think in any of these wins. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay this Commanders team. They're 6-2 or 7-2. It's obviously hard to win 7 out of 9 games. The teams that they've beaten, obviously the Giants twice that not a lot of people are high on. The Hail Mary over the Bears, they absolutely killed the Panthers a couple weeks ago, 40-7. I think a different defense is coming to town today. It's going to be interesting. All those stats for Tomlin against the spread as an underdog, all this stuff. I wrote a few of them down here. Give me 1 second. 25-6 all-time against rookie quarterbacks under Mike Tomlin, and 59-31-3 as a dog against the spread. So
I like those numbers.
With a good defense coming to town, obviously it's in D.C. The weather's not supposed to be perfect. Might have a little bit of rain, so obviously the run game better be going. I like the Steelers here. I think it's going to be a tight one, maybe like a 27-24, 23 Steelers win, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I like that too. Like we said, while we're covering the games, get us your questions in the chat. I see Mason Miller popping up. I see Alex Zielinski. The Zin guys are always here. We talked about Zinners before. Hopefully they stay legal. You know, now Trump's got them going. But A.J. Brown is playing today, so you can fire him up. Eckler Downs tanked out. We got tanked out there. Josh Allen or Brock Purdy. I'm going to go Josh Allen every day of the week and on Tuesday. Let's get back to this game, though. It's going to be a great one, like Huff said. Mike Tomlin and the boys, he's always got them fired up. But the thing is, Jaden Daniels wins football games. We've seen that Hail Mary. I like him on the -2 to cover it late. I think the Steelers are going to be up, and it's going to take that late Jaden Daniels drive. I think he does have that juice to get it going. I'm not sure if Russell Wilson can put up over 20 points again this week on the road, but he's been successful to date. No Brian Robinson Jr. is pretty interesting, but I think they have enough options out there in Washington that Jaden Daniels can move up. I think McLaurin stays strong. But, Mackie, let me know what you think about this matchup. It should be a great one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the better games of the week. I do like the Commanders at home. I think they get the job done. Like you said, I think it might come down to a final drive. But I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think Steelers defense is going to do a really good job at stopping Jaden Daniels in the first half. And he's going to have to make a few adjustments, but I think it's what he's been doing the entire season. He's been winning football games on his arm the entire season. So I'm going to go under, what is it, 45.5? It's pretty high over, in my opinion. But
for a Steelers
I'm going to go under 45.5, and I think the Commanders pull this one out last second. It's going to be a really good game, though.
Yeah, Hoss, let us know what you're thinking on this one, too.
Yeah, honestly, Hoff said, we were talking about it a little bit before. I would like to think that the Commanders obviously have done a lot well to date. Obviously, their offense has been looking great. The only thing that makes me nervous is a rookie quarterback going against that Steeler defense. I mean, that is a pretty tall order for any quarterback, obviously. But Jaden Daniels has proven he's not just like these inexperienced rookie quarterbacks that come in, get kind of overtaken by what's going on by the defense, whatever they're showing him. But he's got a lot of different things he can do with getting it done with his legs. He's got that strong arm too. But I don't think the rain is a good part of of that offense. It's going to play a little bit of a factor if it is cold, if it is wet. I kind of like to see the Steelers kind of bottle that up. Obviously, keep him in the pocket, make him get it done with his arm. Obviously, like you said, no Brian Robinson there, so it's going to be Austin Eckler. I don't like that recipe for an inexperienced Commanders team. So I would say give me the Steelers here. Huff's going to the game. He's got his jersey on. Jesse's going to be there too. So they got the towels rocking. Give me the Steelers today.
Yeah, I'm complete opposite. -2 on the Commanders. Lock that in. I love that one. I love him on the money line even more. I think it's going to be a late comeback win here. A great rookie. This rookie class is loaded with quarterback talent. We get another matchup with Drake May and Caleb Williams in this slate as well. But you know who you can go ahead and fire up in the fantasy realm? Definitely George Pickens. He's come to life with the resurgence of Russell Wilson. Pat Freiermuth, kind of decent if you need a plug at tight end. Najee Harris looking like his old Alabama self. And then the other side, I think Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels, easy starts. I would never have them in the bench in my league. Couple quick questions in the chat here. Maybe Huff get one more word in on his Steelers game while we go over it. Huff, you got Jonathan yelling from the chat, Steelers Nation, baby. Steelers all day. I think that's something you can get behind. The Zen guys are asking about Drake May or Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones should be on the waiver wire in your league. Not a good quarterback, and plus the game already started, so I don't know. Maybe he's already locked into your lineup, so you're asking me. But I'm going with Drake May there. Always playing from behind, mobile, uses his feet and his arm the whole time. Been successful to date fantasy-wise. And then they're asking if you start CD or for Nico, Mooney, and Otto at flex. Kittle, it's a tough question to read there, Jonathan, but we'll stick with you. I'm going to go with CD Lamb and Nico Collins. I'd bench Darnell Mooney. I mean
Nico Collins is out.
Oh, I thought he was active today.
He's off the IR, but now he's just questionable.
Yeah, I think he is going to play today.
All week.
I saw a lot of updates that said he's good.
On my fantasy app, having a projection.
He's a game time call, so make sure you have someone backed up, ready to go. Yeah, Nico is starting. The tough thing is he's in that Sunday 8:20 matchup against the Lions. So if you're waiting and he's ruled out late, you're going to have to grab someone on Monday Night Football, which might not be a bad thing with Tyreek Hill potentially on the shelf as well. So keep that monitored and have a Dolphins backup in your back pocket here. But I would get Nico in the lineup. I think he's going to be there. Jonathan thinks he's starting too. So start CD over Mooney. Mac, you're a Cowboys guy. You got to start CD Lamb every week, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to be forced the ball. Cooper Rush, obviously, he's going to get in situations where he doesn't know what to do. And you're just going to give it to your best receiver. So, yeah, I think that's pretty safe. But it could also go the other way where he doesn't see a target because he has Cooper Rush showing him the football.
Yeah, and then we got another guy asking here, Tyreek Hill, Nico, or Lamb. I think Tyreek Hill is questionable as well. I'd go Lamb as the auto start, Nico as my 2. Tyreek Hill in the 3 has been unsuccessful to date. Jonathan Taylor, James Cook. I think they both find the end zone this week. I don't know about you guys, but I think James Cook's the better play here. But they go head-to-head, so that will be an interesting one to follow. And let us know some more questions. I want to help you guys out with your lineup here. Leggett or Thomas with Mac Jones throwing. We know how good Mac Jones is. Kind of a segue into our next game. So I'll say Leggett, though. But the game already started. So like I said, if you have a Panther, you have a Giant. I can't really help you much. They're in your lineup or they're not. So let's get into our next 1 o'clock game here. The Vikings and the Jaguars, 2 guys that were drafted very highly and now written off. Get to match up here this week. The Jaguars looking to somehow stay afloat. I think they're kind of dead in the water at 2-7, but Mac Jones is being turned the ball for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Former Pro Bowler, so same draft class as Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's able to get the job done. The spread has jumped for the Vikings up to 7 points. I know that if you've listened to our podcast, you know they've been weak to date or the last couple of weeks, the Vikings, but they got the job done in the prime time against the weak Colts. I think they're able to right the ship here. Aaron Jones should shred this defense like they were last week by Barkley. Give me the Vikings with the points. Give me Jefferson to get in, Aaron Jones to get in. Hawkinson will be successful. Look for the Darnold train to get some more hype on it. But I'll pass to Mackie first here. Let me know what he thinks about Mac Jones versus Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I actually like the Jags if Trevor Lawrence was playing this football game, but you got Mac Jones coming in. I think the Vikings should take care of business here. Obviously, it's a 7-point spread. You're going on the road against a 2-7 team. This team's been struggling, so this is kind of a get-right game for them. You can see a big game. Just rely on Justin Jefferson a lot, or just rely on the ground game and Aaron Jones. But this shouldn't be a struggle for the Vikings. They need to get back on track here. It's a perfect game to do it. Give me the Vikings minus the 7, I guess, but not my favorite play.
Yeah, you can go with that Jefferson trifecta. It's always a good play. But Huff, is there any value in Jaguars plus 260? Big home dogs. Mac Jones.
No, I was going to say you don't need to keep defending Mac Jones. He's not a Patriot anymore. He's not your problem anymore. So you don't have to keep talking him up to the people. He's not a good quarterback. This is the Vikings. Vikings are a great parlay leg. 7 points. I hate when it sits
Yeah, it's
right
a
at
lot.
7. So, put the Vikings in a 2 or 3 teamer. Favorites did good last week. Hope it hits again. A lot of money on the Vikings though, so be wary of that. I actually like the under 43.5 in this game. I think it'll be a slower game. I don't think the Jags are going to put up too many points. Give me Vikings 28, Jaguars 13. That's it on the under 44.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right there with 43.5 being the total. 43.5, a tough line. Hoss, I was going to ask you that. Huff kind of alluded to that total there. I'm thinking it goes under as well, but there's a chance the Vikings pop off this week. And if Mac Jones can put together anything, he has a lot of good weapons. A lot of people in our chat asking about Brian Thomas Jr. So if you want to dive into that, they got Evan Engram too. Let us know your thoughts on these Jaguars hosting the Vikings this week.
I'm in the same boat. I'm a big Brian Thomas Jr. guy. I don't know really what to do with that. He's questionable. He's been questionable all week. I think Gabe Davis is actually like trending upwards to play. So it's going to be 2 banged up, pretty solid weapons. And then Parker Washington. I mean, really weird offense for Mac Jones to step into.
Evan Engram, though.
Yeah, I know, but I really don't think that's enough for him to get it done. I mean, honestly, it's probably better than the Patriots team that you were watching him play on last year.
100%. 100,000%.
But I still don't think it's enough for him to get it done. I mean, there's just way too many weapons in Minnesota, which obviously, like you said, a lot of the money's on the Vikings this week. So maybe put him in a 3-teamer, like Huff said, just to get those odds up there. But I kind of like Mackey's play, like Vikings in the points. I think the Jefferson trifecta is going to be looking good. I actually like Jordan Addison too this week. I mean, he's been playing pretty decent as of late, sitting around 4 or 5 receptions a game. Actually, I think 3 or 4 receptions a game. So if he can get that, if the offense is rolling, maybe get him the ball, maybe a sleepy touchdown. I'm actually going to be playing him in my flex this week. So if anybody has Addison out there, maybe look to fire him up against a weak Jags team as of late. So
yeah, Hoss is on the Chetty boys, the 6 milli pillies. You got Addison, Jefferson, Hawkinson. I think we're all on the same page there. One thing I would say, if you have those running backs like Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne and you're in a little bit of a rut, you can fire them up this week. They're going to get the ball to them a lot. They're going to get the ball to Engram a lot. Keep it simple for Mac Jones, I would expect. In his hometown, though, his first start for his hometown team, Doug Peterson. I know his seat is getting hotter and hotter by the day, but he's been successful with a backup quarterback before. If anybody remembers Philly and those Eagles team that went on to win the Super Bowl, he made someone bad turn good. So I don't know, but I think the Vikings got this one done. Throw some likes on our TikTok chat there. Let's get it booming. I'm going to answer some questions for you real quick. You heard it there first. Shout out Ron. Shout out Matthew asking some questions here. Brian Thomas Jr. getting the start here from Hoss. I think I'd fire up too. Too good not to. Potentially the number 1 rookie receiver. Let's see how Malik Davis does this morning, but that's definitely a potential there. Nico or Kareem Hunt. Wow, these guys just have a lot of great options to choose from. Meanwhile, Hoss is choosing from Bub Means and Coker to start in his lineup. This guy's choosing between Nico or Hunt. I'd start both of them. Kareem Hunt's a tough sit with his touchdown streak going. I know he's against that tough Denver defense. If you want to play it safe, go Hunt. But if you want to go for that big boom, shout out the Costco guys, then we're going to go with Nico Collins on Sunday Night Football. Huff's going to give us 3 booms for Nico Collins right now.
I got a fantasy question for you because I'm actually in a little bit of a situation here. So I have 4 really good receivers on this team: Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, and Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp plays Monday. So I go, and if Nico Collins doesn't play, pull him out immediately. I have the safety net with Cooper Kupp playing on Monday Night Football.
Do you have the ability to leave Nico Collins in the flex?
That much coming back today.
No, he's going to do a live. Nico Collins is in the lineup. He's going to get the ball a ton. They're playing the Detroit Lions, a must-win spot for the Texans, I think. They've been slipping of late. C.J. Stroud's been playing terrible football. This is just what he needs to get that juggernaut spark back to the offense. If he's active tonight, he's going to see a big workload. I'd go with him. I got to start Garrett Wilson, too, in a potential shootout with the Cards. Same with Cooper Kupp in a potential shootout with the Dolphins. Drake London, those Saints games, I know they've been terrible. Sometimes they blow up, too, and he's been great. He is coming off that injury within the last couple of weeks, so I know if I were to lean someone not to play, it would be him, because there is a potential of a really weak Saints game, and then those starters for the Falcons don't get the right workload that they should be getting.
He's become my guy this year. I like him.
Yeah, it's just tough to sit other of those 3 guys, those top 3 guys you mentioned, Kupp, Garrett Wilson, and Nico Collins are all first-team All-Pros.
It hasn't been hard most of the year because obviously to start, Kupp was hurt, and then it went to Nico Collins was hurt. So I had 2 of the receivers on the IR, and then I was playing a running back in flex. But now I have all 4 of them back. It is fucking annoying every week having to pick out of those 3 guys.
Do you have 3 receivers and a flex in your lineup?
2 receivers and a flex, so one of
Oof.
them has to sit.
Oof, that's a tough spot to be
That's
in.
tough.
I can't sit Cooper Kupp and Nico Collins. I got to have them both in my lineup. I'm going to tell you to sit Drake London, but I know your heart's there with him.
I might have to do that because of the injury, but I still got to look at it.
Yeah,
I like having a safety net with Nico Collins, though, if he doesn't play tonight to go.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp's a good one to have, too. That's more than a safety net. I'd say that's like a trampoline. Couple other questions in the chat here. Should I drop Goddard and pick up Taysom Hill? It's just for this week, and I have Njoku on the bye. That's a tough question. A.J. Brown is active this week, so it's going to take away a little bit of that Goddard share.
Jalen Hurts said getting Dallas Goddard back is huge for this Cowboys game.
So I think that means we fire him up. The tough thing is I do think Taysom Hill finds the end zone this week. I think he's on a scoring streak against the Falcons, so that's something to monitor too. Do you go with the risky potential of a touchdown by Hill, or do you go with the safe play of Goddard? It depends on your lineup there, Baker. Are you going with a strong lineup around them? Do you have good running backs, good quarterback, good wide receivers? If so, you can go with the safety, safe floor of Dallas Goddard. If you need the boom, go with Taysom Hill. A couple other quick ones we'll rattle off, and we'll get to our next game. Kirk Cousins or Matthew Stafford? You got to start Matthew Stafford in Sunday Night Football. That team's just rolling, and they should have been in a shootout against C.J. Stroud and co. A Beak, shout out to a Beak in the chat. He's in the 401 this week. Brees over 3.5 receptions. Not my favorite play, but I think it should hit. Anybody have any contestants of that? We're going to say yes to that one. Jets Cardinals on the over. Love that there. San Francisco and Tampa Bay over. Yeah, I like that too. Baker or Hawk Tua? We're going to go with Hawk Tua this week. I think that the Rams and Dolphins on Monday Night Football is going to be a great game. Shout out Hoff. What are you slamming there? An IC light?
That's the most Yinzer thing I've
The
ever
official
seen.
beer.
I know. Are you kidding me?
Chat, let us know if you're slamming an IC light at 9:50 a.m. today to get ready for the Steelers with your terrible towel. If not, it might just be Huff, but we got to get them going here. I've never had one. The next time I'm in Yinzerville, I think I might have to slug one of those. But yeah, keep those questions coming. Keep throwing some likes in the chat. We're going with Tua Tagovailoa on Monday Night Football. Bears or Vikings defense is easily the Vikings defense against Mac Jones. Do I start Tank Dell or J-Mo Williams? Tank Dell because there's no Stephon Diggs anymore. He's going to see the things. Then Mackey, we hit on K-Dot last week. People are asking if he's going to go over 57.5. I feel like that's a given.
Take it. Take all.
Even though he's got Fred Warner against him. I know that's kind of scary, but
target hog right now.
Yeah, Brady was there.
Yeah, he was. He was a rookie behind Gronk and Rudolph. They did have Otten, but he was the number 3 option as a rookie.
I remember when Gronk and Rudolph kept getting hurt. He came in a couple times, but he wasn't like nowhere near like what he is this year.
Oh yeah, he's really turned into one. Maybe that's what helped him progress so well, is being behind those 2 veterans. One best at his position. Rudolph, very solid tight end as well. Beak's calling them icy lights. They're not ices. They're icy. Yeah, he doesn't have the polar bear on the can.
It does sound like you're saying icy, not icy.
Yeah. All right.
Just rolls off the tongue better.
Do you think if I go to my liquor store around here, I can ask for those and they got them in stock?
No.
No.
You got that in a terrible towel.
Do you enjoy drinking those, or is that just for the gold can to match the jersey?
You drink Miller. It's so similar to Miller.
Yeah, shout out Miller Lite. I mean, probably the best beer you can get for your buck nowadays. Let's go Bucks. Possible win here this week, says Viagra size middle finger. What a name there. If you're in the YouTube chat, you can see that one jumping in. Everybody else in the TikTok, let us know. Throw the likes in the comments. Brian Thomas Jr. or JMO or TJ at the flex. BTJ still. I know it's tough with Mac Jones, but he's got it. Vikings or Chiefs D? Oof, that's a great question. Anybody want to field that one? Because the Vikings have the matchup, but the Chiefs have one of the best defenses in the league against a rookie quarterback.
I'd go Chiefs.
Yeah, you can't sit that Chiefs team, right?
At home?
Vikings have a great matchup with Mac Jones, though. He likes to throw to the other team because they're always open.
Panthers up 7-0.
Yeah, who was it? Chuba?
Jatavion Sanders pass
from
Bryce Young
great.
for 5 yards.
The rookie. He's been jumping onto the scene. I think he's number 6 in the rookie receiving rankings this year. He's starting to come on. They moved Deontay Washington. They moved Jonathan Mingo because they knew they had guys like that. Khalil Shakir or Eckler in the flex. Let's go Eckler. I know he's going to be touchdown dependent against a good defense, but I think he does find pay dirt. They always get their running backs one. Just watch out for Jeremy McNichols. That's a value play right there for you. Jeremy McNichols on your daily fantasy lineup, probably for $10. You can throw him in a lineup. He sometimes finds the end zone, which is crazy to me. But let's get back to our games here. We've gone through 2. We've got the Commanders and Steelers kind of split there. Everybody's on the Vikings. Let's get to our next 1 o'clock game, our last 1 o'clock game of the slate that we're going to talk about. A lot of you are asking about it. The San Francisco 49ers. Good morning to you, Catherine, as well. I'm going to tell you that. You said good morning to us. I'll give you your answer right now. Pick 2. I'll give you Nico and Cup. D-Hop's a great pick, though, if Nico's out. So 49ers and Bucks, this is going to be a great matchup. Guess who's back? Yup, you heard it. Christian McCaffrey, marrying probably the cutest girl from Rhode Island recently, and he's finally in the lineup here this week, so that's great to see. We got to think he finds the end zone. An interesting stat that my buddy Abik, we've heard him on the podcast, brought up is that Jordan Mason is also negative odds to find the end zone this week. Kind of scares me, though, because that means maybe CMC doesn't see his full workload. Maybe he's on a pitch count. Maybe he re-aggravates the injury. I'm just thinking of the worst, but you got to fire up CMC. And they're coming in at 6.5-point favorites against the Buccaneers this week. No Godwin, no Evans. We know what they've done, but they almost beat the Chiefs last week on the road. They're coming in at plus 230 on the money line. The total sitting at 50.5. Anybody here, speak up if you find value on the Bucs this week, or are we all on the Niners to win here with CMC?
I don't have value on the Bucs, but I like the over in this game. I think the Bucs are still going to be able to move the ball and put up points. They showed they could do it last week against the Chiefs. If they can get me 24 points in this game, this over will hit easy. I think 49ers have a big day. Obviously, like you said, McCaffrey's back. I was looking at those odds with the McCaffrey and Mason. I think knowing the 49ers, knowing Kyle Shanahan, what he adds to this team, McCaffrey's going to get that spark. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get that first touchdown at 4-1, 4.5-1. I was looking at that as well. I think they get him immediately involved, especially down on the goal line. I don't think you'll see him in certain situations. Obviously, Jordan Mason's been good. There's no reason to fully pull him out of this lineup, especially when you have a guy like McCaffrey. This isn't the playoffs yet. Niners do need a win here. 4-4. You don't want to be sitting like the Bucs at 4-5. But there's a lot of those teams in the NFC. We keep talking about this AFC wildcard picture. Obviously, 49ers not leading their division right now. Cardinals have a winnable game today against the Jets. We'll get into that next. But I like the over 50.5. I think both teams need to put up some points to try to win this game. And I don't love the spread either way. I think Bucs can keep it close because, like I said, if they don't use McCaffrey, but I don't see that happening. I think the boost that McCaffrey adds to Kittle, all those players on the 49ers, I might even go back to whenever I was taking the Kittle anytime touchdown.
I love that. I think Kittle can stay strong.
I think everyone's going to be on McCaffrey in this game to score, so that's the only other scary part is you'll see a lot of McCaffrey and obviously Barkley or any of those other heavy running backs. But give me Kittle, give me the over. I like the over more.
Yeah, I like that too. I think this Niners offense stays hot. They've come off a bye now. They've gotten a lot healthier. And yeah, we have CMC back, but I think that makes the other two running backs even better, Garendo and Mason. I think they see a little bit of touches at least. I think Jawan Jennings being back in the mix, more work for Ricky Purcell. George Kittle stays hot. It's just going to be a good game here. Deebo Samuel, he's had time to nurse that injury. I think Baker Mayfield keeps it close though. Kate Otten, we talked about him. They have that plethora of running backs. They have Tucker and Rashad White and Bucky Irving. I like what they're doing. Sterling Shepard's not a bad plug and play too. If you need someone, Jalen McMillan. Good morning to you, Robert Octavian. Love that name in the chat. We'll get back to your fantasy questions. Keep them coming. Between this game, I'm going to give you all the right answers here. But let me go with Mackey's take here on this game. Niners, Bucks, 6.5-point spread.
Yeah, I think the Niners should roll in this game. I think Christian McCaffrey is obviously the glue that holds this team together, and they finally got him back. So it opens up the rest of the game of the game plan. You could probably see him get in the end zone. I know Jordan Mason. You said Jordan Mason's a minus to get in the end zone as well. So you might see
it's minus 225, minus 125. So Vegas thinks McCaffrey's going to score.
Yeah, you could just see. It's obvious they don't think the workload is going to be there.
It's based on the history with him. Like when he plays, he scores.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he comes back in full force. I think he definitely finds the end zone. It matters if Tampa Bay can hang around. I think CMC just gives this whole team a confidence boost, so the defense will even step up as well. Just kind of brings this whole team back together. But I don't know. I like the Niners here. I think they should cover as well.
They also said McCaffrey could have played last week, so I feel like that's a good sign for knowing
He'll play.
Last week was the week that he would have gotten the pitch count. I think he's probably ready this week.
And that means that they know they're making the playoffs. They didn't have to force it or anything like that. Shout out to our producer Jesse behind the scenes. He's telling you to make sure you spam that like button. Donate to help to support us. Yeah, we're giving you these free locks every week, helping you win your fantasy leagues. Go ahead, spam that like button. Go ahead, donate some bits. Shout out the chat, Hoss. Let me know if you got any different take on this Bucs and Niners game.
No, I kind of agree. I mean, obviously, getting Christian McCaffrey back is going to be huge for every team, and especially your fantasy lineup. If you've been waiting to get Christian McCaffrey back active, I mean, this is going to be a great week for you. I definitely think he finds pay dirt, but actually, another sneaky play in this game would be a Rashad White touchdown. I actually think he's going to get
in all the time.
He really does. That's why, I mean,
is it just me or has he been so streaky? I don't mean to cut you off, but
he's been hurt. He's been hurt. When he plays, he gets in.
He does. And honestly, like you're gonna see it pop up on the thing when you're watching Red Zone. It's gonna say, "Oh, Rashad White touchdown." Like, yep, figures. I mean, there's not really too many other mouths to feed there. But another play, if you're looking for it in this game, I like Brock Purdy over 2 touchdowns as well. He's been playing great football. So I mean, I think Kittle gets one, and maybe even Christian McCaffrey gets his touchdown through the air. You never know. He gets the ball a lot of different ways. So definitely a few different plays there. But if I was going to go with one, definitely McCaffrey to score, Rashad White to score, Purdy over 2.
Hey, Hoss, quick question for you off the dome piece. Brock Purdy, top 10 quarterback, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. I agree with that. In the chat here, we got some other questions here. People lighting it up. A beat going crazy over CMC. I think that's his favorite person in the world right now. Someone needs the Malik Neighbors TD. That's going to be tough. I think the Panthers might be due on the money line here. It's going to be a good game.
Little win streak for the Panthers.
Yeah, a little win streak. You got all the rookies around Bryce Young. Maybe he's starting to feel like college again. He's getting to play one of the worst teams in the league. I know they have that defensive line, but other than that, Daniel Jones should have been out of the league a long time ago. Should I start D. Smith or Brian Robinson Jr. in my flex this week? I believe B-Rob's out, so we go Devontae Smith. Shouldn't even be a question. He's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say B-Rob is out.
Shakir Coleman's out this week. I think we fire up Shakir. I think he's going to get the ball a lot more. He moves the sticks for the Bills a lot. He has that good rapport with Josh Allen as well. Eckler with B-Rob out. Yeah, he's a good play, touchdown dependent, but I think the yards are going to be hard to come by on the ground. Start 3 here. Wow, a lot of names here. Start 3, A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb, Nico Collins, Josh Downs, Darnell Mooney.
First 3.
I was going to say first.
A.J., C.D., and Nico. Josh Downs gets a lot of looks from Joe Flacco, though.
Yeah, he does. He does. But
he's really
you can't.
I can't start any Colts offensive players other than Jonathan Taylor after that performance last week.
Yeah. So, like I said, Robert, good morning back to you. I appreciate you giving us the good morning. You definitely get my answer every time you say that. But Goff or Murray, you know I'm a big K1 guy, so I'm going to start Kyler Murray. But I'm going to be serious with you here. You can't not start Jared Goff. Look at how great they've been. Look at my points they've got. Huff loves Dan Campbell and those Lions. Huff, are you ever sitting Jared Goff in the prime time against the Texans?
Not this year. He's obvious. I mean, I feel like he should be. I haven't really looked at the odds. He has to be up there for the MVP.
Yeah,
like
he's got to be.
Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Goff.
Yeah, he's going to keep going. If you keep putting up 50 points a week, you're going to get closer and closer to.
Yeah.
It's never a bad play.
He surprisingly doesn't have the passing yards because like Gibbs has been breaking a lot of big runs this year.
And they're up so much. They're up so much.
Last week he plays in his first outdoor game in Green Bay. I think he only put up Hoss. You had him over 209. I think he only went to like 130. I was surprised they stomped them and they only had to put up 100 yards through the air.
Game script is really hurting his statistical performance, but from a quarterback play perspective, he's playing very, very well. A couple other questions here we got in the chat. Let's see what we got. How are you feeling about Christian McCaffrey playing big today? Yeah, I think we gave you our take there. We hope he does. We think he should see the touches. Just be wary of a re-aggravation or a pitch count. Those are the 2 things I got to warn you about. Hall, Cook, or Eckler need 2 or can play 1 at the flex. I'm starting Hall and Cook automatically every day of the week. I think they both find the end zone this week. Eckler, let me know who else you got in your let me know who else you got to throw in the flex against Eckler, because that might be something interesting to look at. Haley Welch, Hawk Tua, or Kyler Murray. We'd take Haley Welch on the podcast any day of the week. I think Huff agrees with me. But I'm going to go with Kyler Murray here. I think he's going to be running around, little K1, throwing up the 1 as he does a big run there. I like the over in that Jets and Cardinals game. I think they get McBride going as he's been going. Mac's a big McBride guy. I know that.
Get into that game. That's our next game.
Yeah, let's get into it. Talk about this game here. Trey McBride and the Arizona Cardinals hosting the New York Jets. Are the New York Jets dead? They won last week 3-6. Davante Adams found the end zone. He said, hey, just wait. All the quotes out of them. Cardinals started as favorites coming into the week. Now they're sitting at plus 105 as home dogs. Jets favored by 1.5 points. Total sitting at 46.5, which I believe has risen. It has risen. He has risen. It is the Cardinals and the Jets in Arizona. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride, James Conner. Great offense. But meanwhile, you got Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams. I know a lot of you have fantasy implications on this one. Huff, passing over to you for the Jets and Cardinals. Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray. What you got on this one?
Yeah, I was a little weirded out too that this spread's moving. Obviously, I haven't looked at who the public's on in this game. Jets obviously need this one bad. Sitting at 3-6. I have kind of a situation on this game. So if I take the Cardinals, I'm awaiting the point. Like, none of us actually think the Cardinals are a good team. Ace, I think we've all said they're pesky. They're playing good football. That's the difference between. There's a difference between that and being a good team, yeah. I should say. Exactly. if I bet on the Cardinals and the Jets actually play the way the Jets should, like everyone says on paper, the Jets are the better team. They should win this game. That's obviously why they're favored. I'll be pissed because I'm waiting on the game where the Cardinals just don't show up. They did it last week. I took the Bears. I thought it was last week in that Bears game. I thought that was going to be a tough defense. They handled them. I think the Bears obviously just aren't as good as everyone thought. They haven't scored a touchdown. It's hard to win games when you don't score touchdowns. But on the other side, if I take the Jets and they same old Jets from the first half of the season have shown up, I'm going to.
Yeah, we got Huff. He'll be right back here with us. The robots are getting them out there in Washington. They're already taking out the Steelers early. Quick question here in the chat. We'll get the chat blown up while he's reconnecting here. Julian, thanks for tuning in today. He said, if you did take the money line on this game, who do you guys like here? Before we give our full takes, let's just say on the money line for Julian, I'm going Cards. Mackie, Anthony.
I'm going Jets.
Awesome.
I already said I was going Jets on the pod, but yeah, I think Jets get it done here. I think they need these games, and I think they're the better team at the end of the day, and they're kind of getting something going here. I don't love it because you don't love to bet on the Jets, especially in these situations, but they need to get the job done. I could see them getting it done here.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup here. Hoss, let us know what you think about this one. High-powered team, the paper Super Bowl champions, the New York Jets, taking on a very good team in real life, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, we're all kind of waiting for the ball to drop in Arizona. They're a good team, but they're not solidified as a great team yet. They've been playing good football, so I feel like you got to ride with that. It's been tough on the Jets. I mean, they have a lot of great people on that roster, but for some reason can't seem to really put teams away. If the Cardinals hang around, I think they're going to win. I mean, that's going to be just they have the pieces to do that. Obviously, like you said, your guy K1 obviously has a lot to do with that arm, a lot to do with those legs, but James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., got a lot of mouths to feed out there. They got a lot of great options, but the defense is a little bit strange. So if Aaron Rodgers plays the football that we think, it should go the same way Mackey was saying, but I don't know. I kind of like the Cardinals here, so it'd be tough to bet against them.
Jesse Cox tuning in. There he is. Shout out, Jesse. Normally a big Commanders fan, but he's on the Steelers today. He's repping the TJ Watt jersey. That's our producer tapping in for you guys here.
We had to relocate Huff. The service was subpar.
Hoff, get into the outdoor elements, taking on the elements in Washington, praying for the best for him. You never know how it is out there. Little quick segment here. Give it to Hoss and Mackey while we're awaiting them. We got a lot of guys with fantasy implications. Boom or doom in the Jets and Cardinals game. You got to give me a boom if you like them. Marvin Harrison Jr., receptions or touchdown. Fantasy-wise, Marvin Harrison Jr., boom or doom?
Doom. I'm not high on Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right, James Conner. James Conner going against the Jets defense that was supposed to be great against the run. Boom or doom?
I'll give it a boom.
Boom for James Conner. He's finding the end zone this week. What about on the other side? Oh, Trey McBride. We can't leave him out of the question. I feel like that's an automatic boom. Let me hear it from Matthew. Come on,
that's
Trey
five
McBride.
Booms. That's five booms.
Booms for Trey McBride.
5 big booms.
All right, on the other side for the New York Jets, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, both of them, either of them. Who do you got, a boom or doom here this week for the New York Jets?
Give it, Haas.
I got Devontae Adams as a doom.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, big boom on the receptions. I've hit it multiple times. Huff, big Garrett Wilson guy, too. Breece Hall, boom, not even asking. He's in the lineup this week, too. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't know. We're not going to even talk about him. He's probably on Ayasaka or whatever the hell you say it. Let me get back to the chat here. A couple questions. Chat, keep feeding us some questions. I want to know what you're looking at on the board today. Catherine, thanks for the question once again. Shoot that follow. Hit the Bucks.pod. We post all of our plays daily. We've got picks for every league. We post our own cards. We're cashing at an alarming rate. Go on the Instagram. Go on TikTok, Twitter. Hit the Bucks.pod. Give us a follow. We got some great content on Instagram, too. Would love to see you guys over there. But Catherine's asking about DeAndre Swift over Mooney or D-Hop in the flex. I'm going with DeAndre Hopkins. I know the Patriots defense is very weak and they give up yards left and right. D-Swift has got to be in your lineup somehow. Maybe give me a different running back to sit. But I like DeAndre Hopkins. I know he's got Pat Surtain and co., but Patrick Mahomes looked great with him last week. He had 2 touchdowns, 8 catches, 86 yards. He's going to do it again this week. Tank Dell or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going Tank Dell. Bills, Bucks, Lions parlay. I love that. That sounds pretty easy to me. A beak likes the fountain of youth to drink out of. I mean, we all do. 8-man start 3. Have Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mooney, and Nico. It's got to be AJ Brown, Amon Ra, and Nico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let Darnell Mooney go off on your bench again. I mean, I know he's put up some pretty big weeks, but he's touchdown dependent. I don't really know what that's looking like. He's been playing good football, but I just don't think he's start worthy yet. Let me see one more week out of him.
Shout
I
out
also
Dave.
don't know how you. I don't know how you sit right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No, he's one of the best receivers in the league, and he's gotten paid like that too. Shout out Dave in the chat. Donald Goff or Cousins. I like Donald a lot. I like Cousins a lot, but I think Goff is in the biggest shootout of the week, and he's in the prime time. Fire him up. He's going to throw a couple touchdowns. You just got to hope that the running backs don't vulture too much. This is Shakir or D-Hop this week? Really tough question there. Really tough. I'm going to go Shakir off based off the matchup because D-Hop does have 13, even though I do like D-Hop. If you have to start him, you could. Cayenne pepper and water. Nice. D-Hop or Downs at the flex. Let's go Downs. I think he's a better PPR play. If you're in a PPR late scouting guy, then you're going with Josh Downs. Huff, this one's for you. Your two boys right here, Drake London or George Pickens?
You only have one If it's one option, I'd probably go Pickens today, just with the injury to London. And they have shown. I've taken that London anytime touchdown a lot. If he doesn't get it early, he doesn't get the touchdown, but he's always a good option for receptions. He's projected like 17 fantasy points in my league, so they think he's going to get in. I'm not going to be taking the London touchdown today just because of the injury. In New Orleans, I don't know his stats, obviously, in that division, but that's someone I've been riding all year long. But I think Pickens is a huge part of a Steelers victory today.
Yeah, I think you can't sit George Pickens. Ever since Russell Wilson came in, he's been one of the best receivers in the league. He's going to continue. I think if he was on a team with a regular top-end quarterback, he would be one of the best receivers in the league. We got some people here. Dutchy asking, do you think McConkey has a big day? Yeah, McConkey's great. A great draft pick by the Chargers there. Ingram or Hunter Henry? I'm going to go Hunter Henry because he has Drake May at the helm. He's much better than Mac Jones. We are Lad McConkey truthers. Shout out Big Hoss throwing that in the chat. Yeah, we'll start him over Shakir too. Anybody else I want to get to real quick here? Any other questions before I get into my next game? Tyrone Tracy or J.K. Dobbins, this third year at running back. Tyrone Tracy, first year in the NFL. I think
he's already playing, so.
Yeah, so hopefully you start him up. But if not, I'm a big J.K. Dobbins guy. He's had a resurgence. The Chargers are going to win again this week. They're going to be the sneakiest team in the AFC. I said they were going to make the playoffs as the second team in the West before the year started, and they're living up to that prediction. Shout out Harbaugh. Shout out Herbert. Mackie loves Justin Herbert, and he's a good quarterback. Puka, Mooney, or Taylor? It's got to be Puka. Come on, boys. We're the picks. Oh, we've got your picks all day long. Tune in to Hit the Books pod. We post all of our plays. We post our results. We post everything. And you got to tune in. Follow us on Instagram. Get the hell over there. Follow us. And if you don't get your questions in time, you can DM us any time of the week, any time of the day. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Last question here. We'll get back to our Sunday night football game. Downs or Otten at the flex. Kelsey starting tight end. Give me Kelsey and Otten. I love that double tight end stack. One of my favorite things you got going today. Let's get into our Sunday night football game before we get into our mortal locks and some of the other bets we're looking at. But it's a really good one. Kind of the struggling Houston Texans team we thought that CJ Stroud would make that jump, maybe be the second best quarterback in the league. He's been fading a bit. He's like Lightning McQueen. He's fading fast. But I still think he has his best days ahead of him. He's got Nico Collins in the mix. Diggs out for the year. Dell's there, though. Schultz will be back. Joe Mixon's one of the best running backs in the league. Tell me otherwise. I think he's getting in zone automatically. But the Texans are plus 150 on the money line at home. Home dogs against the Detroit Lions, hottest team, America's team. Minus 3.5 on the spread. Total sitting at 48.5, 49.5, whatever you shop that at. I think there's a lot of points here. I think that CJ Stroud is a strong game. I think the Lions stay strong. Sonic and Knuckles are always good to get in the end zone. Pass it to you, Mackie, first. Let me know what you think about Jared Goff taking on CJ Stroud in a great Sunday night football matchup.
Yeah, I just don't think you can bet against the Lions right now. Regardless of who they're playing, they find ways to win games. Obviously, last game they played the Packers. It was a monsoon out there, and they were just getting defensive turnovers left and right. Put that game away pretty early. You can't bet against them right now. They're putting up 50 points a game. Jared Goff's got everything going. Obviously, both those running backs in the backfield usually both find the end zone every game. And then you have all the options at receiver as well. Texans are getting Nico Collins back. I think it's big, but I just don't think it's enough. I think CJ Stroud has to play a little better than what he's been doing to beat a team like this. But it's Sunday Night Football, primetime. Texans are home. You could see a sketchy game here, but I'm going to go with the Lions, but minus 3.5.
Yeah, I like the Texans in this spot. Originally, I said if Nico Collins plays, I was probably going to lean on the Texans. It's scary to bet against the Lions. I'm probably not going to actually card that. It's not just the Lions have been playing really good football. The Texans haven't. We see that a lot with younger teams. They have the growing pains. everyone establishes them regular seasons or preseason Super Bowl champions, or everyone's picked to go to the Super Bowl. CJ Stroud's unbeatable. The last few weeks, like you said, Ace, it's looked like a different team. It's looked like a different ball game. Yeah, they've had some injuries to deal with, a lot of things to overcome. They've played some tough opponents. I think today it's going to be a closer game than people expect. I think the Lions cover at the very end. I don't think this is like the normal Lions 41, the crazy crooked numbers we've been seeing them put up. I like the over in this game, maybe 31-28. Like, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Joe Mixon probably for the Texans. He's been kind of a rock. Stroud it really depends on how Stroud plays today. Texans defense has also been kind of not the best compared to what they've been. I look for them to have a bounce back day, especially in the prime time on Sunday. They're rocking the red uniforms. You can't break those out for a dud of a game. You got to show up tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Huss, before we get in there, chat, let me know where you're tapping in from. We're going to get you our official picks, our mortal locks, and our team touchdown parlay that we've been cooking up. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Spam that like button. We're going to cash with you. We're going to get you the great picks. I want to hear where you're coming in from. We'll get to your questions really quick, too, so stick with us. I love all those questions in the chat. Abik Patel from Warwick. All right, way to be. Huss, let me know. Lions-Texans, great matchup. Stroud versus Goff. What do you got on this one?
I really like the Lions today. I mean, obviously, like Huff said, I missed on that Jared Goff over 260 last week. Obviously, like I said, torrential downpour. It's a tough matchup for the air, but they've been playing great football. Obviously, those wide receivers are something, but just like you said earlier, that Lions running game, I give them 2 big booms. They're actually insane. Like the fact that both of them get in the end zone all
Sonic
the time,
and Knuckles.
You know it's coming and you can't stop it. It's a great game plan. It's a great formula, and they've been doing great stuff. But that Detroit pass rush obviously is really fun to watch too. So give me the Lions this week against the Texans. I mean, CJ Stroud's a great quarterback, great players, got a lot of good weapons too. But I don't think they have enough to get it done against the Lions this week. So give me the Lions. And, then, and if you want to play, just give me the Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns as well. And then whichever one, if not both of the running backs, score a touchdown.
Do you think we see any fireworks from that new pass rusher the Detroit Lions added at the deadline, bringing him in from Cleveland?
Oh, I wanted him so bad. I really was hoping he was going to be back in purple. Zadarius Smith definitely going to get right with this Lions defense. I think it fits in well. Zadarius Smith's sack definitely is going to look great in that new uniform.
Chat, let us know the score predictions here. Mackie and Hoss, I want to Huff you too. Let me know what you guys are thinking for a score on Sunday Night Football. I think the Texans put up 4 scores here, one of them being a field goal, so that's going to put them at 24. I think the Lions end up putting up 4 touchdowns themselves. So I'm going to say 31-24 Lions here. I want to know what people are thinking for a score here, but let me know off the dome what you guys think.
The more I'm starting to think about this, do we think the Texans just come out? I mean, I know I like them. If I like them in this game, I think they're going to have to do similar to what I said about that Ravens-Bengals game. You got to keep the ball to the Ravens' hands. You can't give these quarterbacks that chance. This Lions' offense has been flying at all cylinders. I think the Texans' game plan is going to be to keep the ball on the ground, hit the big plays with obviously Nico Collins coming back. I look for this also to be a kind of a Dalton Schultz, get him involved a little bit. I've been a big advocate of him. I'm surprised they don't use him more. I thought he was a great piece to go to Houston whenever they drafted Stroud. Give him a security blanket over the middle. Look for him to have a day. What's he over at?
It's sitting at 49.5.
28-21.
Wow, sitting right under by the hook, Huff, by the hook.
I thought it was 46.5. That's why I said I liked the originally over. I think 28, 21, 23. It's gonna flirt with that 50-point total.
Yeah, I agree with you. Chat, I appreciate you all tuning in. Love these questions here. Chris, what's up, buddy? Start 2, McLaurin, Dell, BTJ, and Jennings. Let's go, McLaurin and Dell. Big Twan, the big boy. Way to be, kid. Nice name there. Debo or Pickens. We're going to go Pickens because Debo's injury and a lot of other people in the hunt, even though Debo's tough to sit. Mike Hunt, what a name there. Great guy. Love the Hunts. Probably related to Kareem. 49ers, Bills, Titans, defense. Who do you start? We're going with the Niners here this week. Baker's going to keep the game close, but he likes to turn the ball over here and there. And they like to fumble a lot on that offense for some reason. Abik loves a Montgomery anytime touchdown. Chris is asking, yeah, we already gave you that. McLaurin and Dell. Scooby to the Doobie. Love that name there. Great name in the chat. Shout out the chat right now. You guys are popping. Should I start Dell, Jamor, or Sutton for wide receiver 2? Sutton's been great, but that Chiefs defense is a blanket. It's got to be Dell, right? Anybody else against Tank Dell being that start there?
I like the big playability of Jameson Williams. Is this his first game back from suspension?
I believe so.
No.
Last week.
Last week, and he did nothing. He screwed me. A little bitch.
Yeah, he's boom or bust, though. He's either a long touchdown or 0.
He's not built for that Lambeau weather. Yeah, he's going to have 2 – he's a 2 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown, or not much at all.
Zach, ZAK, no C. Shout out to Zach. Hertz or Purdy. Hoss answered you in the chat. We're going with Brock Purdy there, even though Hertz should have a good day. Kobe, what's up, kid? Got the full name in the chat. Stafford or Tua. We're going to go Stafford, Hawk Tua on the bench there, even though they're both great options. Rachel, how's it going, Rachel? Good morning to you. Is it worth it to start Tyreek? Not really. I don't think so. I think he's going to be questionable. I think it's a big Jalen Waddle week. Andrew, feel bad for you, man. Started Tracy, only has one carry so far. Try and keep those Giants players out of your lineup whenever possible. I know Malik Neighbors is good. Downs are Otten at the flex. Yeah, we're going to Otten. We got some new people jumping in the chat. Adam Ray Fitness. What are you doing in fitness, man? You got any great regimen for us? We'll plug you here. Let us know. Who do I start in my flex? My 12-team league. Love to hear that. It's not a 6-teamer. Downs or Shepard? I'm going to go Downs. He's been great with Flacco with the helm. Saquon's going for 2 tutties today. Yeah, he is. I love that. As long as there's no tush pushes screwing you out of it. That's what screwed me lately. McConkey or BTJ? McConkey. Andy's the better rookie receiver. Wow, keep me to it. Otten or Kittle? Wow, can you start both? Any chance? Nicoya with the curly? Can you start both Otten and Kittle? I don't want to sit either of them. And would you trade JT for Nico and Brian Robinson? Would you guys do that? Jonathan Taylor for Nico Collins and Brian Robinson? I feel like I definitely would.
I
Yeah,
would do that.
yeah.
Any day of the week.
It's crazy not to.
I have put
Yeah.
it this way: I have both of those guys on one of my teams, and I wouldn't accept that trade going the other way.
Yeah, Caden, let me know if you're offering that deal, if it was offered to you. If it was offered to you, hit the accept button ASAP. If you're offering it, though, I like what you're shooting for. Is Tyreek going to play? I don't know. If he's going to play, he could get injured. It's like the CMC situation. Monitor it. You're on Monday Night Football. You have no backup. So if you can sit him and you have someone valid to play today, I'd start him. It's just because you don't know. It's the unexpected with Tyreek Hill. But watch him be fully active, and it's a blow-up spot against a weak Rams defense. I know that's going to hurt seeing him on your bench, but he hasn't had that blow-up at all this year, so I feel confident keeping him on the bench. Debo or Cup? Adam, Ray, I got you, bro. Any day of the week. Let us know. Follow us. Hit the follow button. We got you every day. Debo or Cup? That's a great question right there.
Cup.
Yeah, it's got to be
Cup.
Cup, right? Drake May or Flacco? Drake May easily any day of the week. He's going to run for over 40. He's going to throw for 2, and it's going to be a high-scoring game. And Bears.
They're still going to
Patriots.
lose.
Yeah, that's all right, though. It doesn't matter. We don't care about that. All we care about is Drake May. He's better than any quarterback that you guys have on the podcast. Settle down, Hoss.
What? Get the hell
You should
out
be
of
rooting
here.
for all that's exactly what happened in that Titans
Drugs?
game last week. Just a good performance. Obviously, you don't want to see him throw a game-sealing interception, but
That's fine, though.
a good performance and a loss for the Patriots right now is perfect scenario.
Huff, we're
wanna
not
fuck up
calling it
this
a
guy.
game-sealing interception. That's a Travis Hunter Hail Mary right there. It was a great throw by Drake May.
Yeah.
my
However you
buddy-
want to spin it.
Your boy is in the chat right here. He's 4-5. Tough spot to be, but you're down, but you're not out. He needs this win. He has London Cup, Debo, and Tyreek, but I think Tyreek would go explosive. But there is the chance that Tyreek doesn't play. There's the chance that he stays bad like he has been all year. There's a chance he's limited. I'm starting Cooper Cup automatically. I'm starting Debo Samuel. And if you have another spot, you go with London too. Those 3 are very good. 3 options that you can be confident in sitting Tyreek Hill for. Tanner's asking about Hawkinson or Keenan Allen. Is anybody in the chat, anybody on the pod here high on Keenan Allen? It's not the same Keenan Allen that I used to be a fan of.
No.
Yeah. Give me the
A
Hawkinson.
short answer, no.
Yeah, no. Nico Collins or DJ Moore? Nico Collins, I think. DJ Moore, he should find the end zone this week, though. Tough Patriots secondary, low-key, though. They're going to be handing it off to DeAndre Swift a lot. Cousins or K1, we're going K1. Tank Dell or Shakir, Tank Dell. Huff, let's get ready for our mortal locks. I'm going to have you toss that in. Let me get to these final questions here. Gibbs or CMC? I'm going to go Gibbs. Rico Dowdle, Mackie. You firing up Rico Dowdle or Jawan Jennings?
No, I would stay away from Rico Dowdle. You can't really trust Jawan Jennings either, but tough situation there. I'd rather go with neither. You got anyone else?
Yeah, right. Give us some more options there. Hoss, Adam Ray Fitness, the boy. He's giving us another question here. Why the heck do the Raiders keep trying to start White over Madison? Madison has more yards per carry in every game. I think it's a team that's kind of out of it this year, so they're looking at their young guy in the rookie contract to get him going somehow for a future play. You disagree with me on that one?
No, I mean obviously, like they brought in Madison, they brought in White. I mean, White had a pretty decent year last year for the Raiders, I should say. He was a play at the end of the year that I thought was going to carry into this year again, but I don't know. That's a weird offense, so I'm kind of with you. I don't know why they keep doing that either.
DJ, I wonder if you are a DJ. You spinning the records there for us. If not, this is a cool name you got there. But how do you feel about AJ Brown this week? If I felt bad about him, he would have a questionable tag. The fact that he's a full go, not a game time decision or anything like that, means he's healthy and he's ready to roll this week. And they're playing against the divisional opponents, the Dallas Cowboys. I think they want to kick them while they're down. I know Cooper Rush keeps the games really close, and he sometimes wins them too. But AJ Brown, they're going to look to little brother the Cowboys here. Fire him up in your lineup. Fire up DJ Moore for Marvin Harrison Jr. That's really tough for me to say, but there's a chance that Drake May keeps it close, and DJ Moore is a very good connection with Caleb Williams. Marvin's been kind of weak as well. Aaron Jones or Najee Harris, Huff? Aaron Jones is going to shred that Jaguars defense.
Yeah, Najee's been hot though. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I'll say my God, but that's not the answer they want. So
is he finding Pater? I think Jones is definitely finding Pater this week. Mackey or Huss, would you start Najee Harris over Aaron Jones?
No.
Yeah,
Come on.
Do you see us wearing TJ
I think Najee Harris is going to have a big game, though, against
Be
that weak
logical
Commanders
there.
defense.
Even if he does, it's just not the right move.
Brian, let me know if there's a chance. Who else you have in your lineup at your other running back position? Let me know who you have your flex, too. I think there's a chance you can play both Jones and Najee this week, though. I like them both. Marv, DJ Moore, Rashad White. Let's go with Rashad White. We all think he's going to find the end zone. The other two are great plays, too, though. It's crazy to say we're potentially sitting Marvin Harrison Jr. when he was that high of a pick in the fantasy drafts. Leave it to the Giants to try and pass a lot against a terrible run defense. Yeah, the Giants are really good at losing, but not good at getting a top pick. That's why they don't have Drake May. Rico Dowdle, Jordan Addison, and Ferguson at the flex. Hoss likes Addison here. Loves him. Cash. Shout out to Cash tuning in. I like Ferg. ASAP Ferg. He's going to get it done with a backup quarterback in the mix. ASAP Ferg just dropped an album within the last 48 hours, too, so he's got to find the end zone as well. But, Huff, get us into this Mortal Lock segment. Let's get into a touchdown parlay builder. We've been pretty good at cooking those up for the people last week, especially if you do prize picks and you missed by one. But, Brian's got Jonathan Taylor in his flex. Yeah, so you got to sit Najee Harris, I guess, which is kind of sad, but you have to. Huff, let's get going on some of those other picks here this week. The people want to know what we got.
Yeah, so we'll start out. I'll give my Mortal Lock and I'll hand things over to you, and we can kind of go around, and then we'll do the parlay after. I'm going to go with the 49ers Bucks over 50.5.
That's a good play there, too. It's a good line sitting at that line. I believe it's at minus 105. My Mortal Lock will be the Patriots and the Bears over 38.5. Lowest total of the week. The number one pick going up against the number 3 pick with two of the weaker defenses. Bears should end up winning this one, but Drake May is going to put points on the board. I think it puts up over 20, and the Bears have potential to put up over 30 against a really weak Patriots defense, missing the best player at every level, Christian Barmore, Jabril Peppers, and Jawan Bentley. Hoss, let's hear your Mortal Lock of the week. Joining us on the podcast here this week.
Yeah, so honestly, it's funny. I was really good on the call last game. I mean, I just missed on the Derrick Henry over 18.5 for the longest rush, but I actually have a anytime touchdown Mortal Lock. It's 3 of my favorites. I'm going to be firing up Justin Jefferson to get in, Devon Achane to get in. He's been really looking good with Tua at the helm, and give me Amon-Ra St. Brown to score. Those are my 3 favorites for this week.
Not so bad pick. Which one's your favorite though? Mortal Lock. You have $100 to put on one of them. Which one's getting the money?
Oh, Devon Achane.
I like that too on Monday Night Football. Good cash. Mackie, let us know your Mortal Lock. There's no Bengals here this week for you to miss on, so you should have a good board here.
Bengals would have hit +6, by the way, but yeah, I'm gonna tease the Chiefs down to 1.5 and tease the Chargers down to 2.
Love that.
And yeah, that's my Mortal Lock. That should be a pretty easy lock right there.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that Chiefs Broncos game too much. Chiefs coming in at 7.5 point favorites. We know they like to win. They're always going to win, but we know they don't like to cover those big spreads. Good teaser opportunity there, like Mackie said. And then those Chargers taking on a Titans team that sometimes keeps the game close, so it's good to tease them down to 2 as well. But this Chargers team looks destined for more success this season. Mackie backing Justin Herbert. Love to see it after really coming around on that guy. He is an elite quarterback, as Huff and I would say. But Harbaugh and co, that defense has been lights out. If you have the Chargers defense in fantasy, they're on your waiver wire. Go snag them real quick and start them up. Dietrich saying that might be the squarest play he's ever heard. Basically taking the top 2 favorite money lines, Mackie. Any response to Dietrich? Love you.
Last week I hit a 3 unit on it, so if he wants to keep talking, but it's my play.
Dietrich, let me know what you be your Mortal Lock of the week. Chat, let me know your Mortal Locks of the week.
Mackie, tell him go the opposite way.
Yeah, fade it. You're so confident.
Mortal Lock Vikings.
Nobody's asking you to take it.
Yeah, TikTok chat. Let me know what you guys got for Mortal Lock. Shout out Chance Galucci in chat. His Mortal Lock is the Vikings. They're going to put up big points this week. I feel like that's a big one, too. Jaden Daniels, Kirk Cousins. We're going to go Jaden Daniels. Marvin or D-Hop or Lad. We're going to go Lad. Yeah, Brian asking about that. I got you with Jaden Daniels there, buddy. Is Tracy getting any plays? Probably not. I don't know. Chat, get going here. We're going to get you our TD play. We're going to cook up some parlays for you that we want you guys to tail. Let's get going. Hawks or Kincaid? We're going Kincaid. Ty's got the Vikes over the Jags over. I like that there. Mac Jones, we're trusting him to get points. Shakira or Smith? We're going Smith. Starting with A.J. Brown. Dell, Downs, Hopkins, Mooney. Let's go Downs and Dell. Hoff, let's get into creating an anytime touchdown parlay and then our team parlay. And let's all give a like here. Who's getting into the end zone? Let's give the people a good value anytime touchdown play. Mackie, any chance you got the builder out? You can build this parlay for us as we go. Let the people know the odds.
Yeah, get it going.
Awesome. All right, Hoff, let's get your touchdown first. Who are you throwing into the anytime touchdown parlay?
Mine's going to be on Sunday Night Football. David Montgomery, -125.
All right, we're going to add Demont, the running back. That's going to be Knuckles. Well, we got Sonic. He's a good one. Gibbs to get in, but we're adding Demont as the first leg. Hoss, are you going to use A-Chain as your leg in this parlay?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should. I have a pretty good one. I have a lot of great trends on touchdown scores. I always kind of go high on those, but give me A-Chain if we're going to build the lay today.
Yeah, A-Chain's always a good pick. You could never go wrong with him. Mackie, let me know who you're looking at to get in the end zone this week. A lot of good touchdown scores here. I know mine's going to be Joe Mixon. If you want to add that leg in.
I was going to go Joe Mixon, but yeah, I guess you can have that one.
Thank you. I'll take him.
I'll go. Shit, I got to think of
All right, take Joe Mixon. I had another one queued up all ready to go as well. Throw Joe Mixon in. You ready? Hear this one. James Conner. He's going to find the end zone. Didn't last week. Ran for over 100. The Jets defense isn't as good as it once was. He's getting in the end zone this week.
That.
Yeah, James Conner, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, and Devin A-Chain. An NFL running back, 4 for 4, 4-piece McNugget. Justin Jefferson is a lock. Yeah, you're going to see that on my card. Go user, you got to get a new TikTok name because I can't shut you out. But the user here with all the numbers after it. Go follow us on Hit the Buck Stop Pod. You're going to see Jefferson hitting the gritty on my card. He's getting in the end zone. He's going for the trifecta: receptions, yards, touchdown. Mackie, let us know our odds on that 4-piece running back touchdown parlay.
Plus 850.
Plus 850 for David Montgomery in the prime time, Joe Mixon in the prime time, James Conner against the Jets in America's Game of the Week, and Devin H. on Monday Night Football. What's great is you can sweat that out on the 4 o'clock slate, the 8 o'clock, and Monday night. It should be cashing. Mortal Lock is guy with teaser pick blowing over 2.5 guys before the day's done. Wow, D3 coming at Maggie hard. That's crazy.
What did he say?
That guy's crazy. His mortal walk is the guy with the teaser pick blown over 2.5 guys before the day's done. Mackie, let him hear it. Let him hear
behind
it.
the screen. It's all right. Let him talk.
Yeah, Twitter fingers, the trigger fingers. There he is. D3. Toss the follow, though. I love the audacity. I want you to check back in next week with us and see who was right. What 3 players have the highest yards in Houston versus Detroit? Great question, Adam. What 3 players have that? I'm going to say Nico Collins, Joe Mixon, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. Exactly.
I know those running backs are great, but they split the workload. Joe Cavallo, way to tune in. Give me thoughts on Pitt winning. Huff, give him thoughts on Pitt winning. You're going to the game in a few hours here.
I said it earlier. You missed it. I think it's a defensive battle. I think Steelers obviously have been good with Russ at center coming off the bye week. I said all the stats earlier. Steelers are undefeated off the bye since 2016. That's another one for you. So coming off the bye on the road, rookie quarterback Mike Tomlin's an underdog. There's 3 trends for you. Don't bet with your heart. Bet with the system, and the system says the Steelers.
Huff, we got an anonymous user on TikTok here saying Steelers win by 5 and the Commanders get exposed. You would love to see that one. Okay. Oh, Xavi asking, what are you sports betting on? Huff, give him some different apps that you like the best out there. You got a lot of legal ones in Pennsylvania.
I'm obviously my primary ones MGM. After that, I'd probably go ESPN then DraftKings.
Yeah, never a bad one. There are a lot of good options. You think Nico will actually play, Adam? Yeah, I do think he does play. Toss that follow. Let me get some likes in the chat. Let me get some follows in the chat. Shout out Christian Susi, the boy, Sleepus Stappus, the 4-piece slop nugget. Yeah, he likes our 4-piece slop nugget play. It's going to be Mixon, Montgomery, Connor, and A-Chain plus 850. Crazy touchdown odds. Tail with the boys. 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, Monday Night Football. Those are taking place too. So we love to see that. Mortal Lock, Bills, Lions, Vikings. I mean, yeah, it's the easiest play I've ever heard. Actually, no, take the Lions out of there. Bills, Vikings. I like that one. A couple more questions here. Water delivery guy. What kind of water are you delivering? Are you delivering it to people's houses or just some high quality H2O? Bears, Chargers, money line. Jets game under 53.5, 3-legger. So you're getting an alt line there for the Jets game. Yeah, that should be good. Bears should get it done. Chargers should get it done. This one you're showing is MGM. Yeah, we like MGM a lot too. They have some great odds. Huff, tell the people a little bit about your connection with MGM. You're getting some great stuff from them.
I have a VIP host. It's just basically just from using the app for probably 4 or 5 years now. If you bet consistently with MGM, they definitely take care of you more than any other sports book. I can speak to that firsthand. Tickets to games, fucking pretty cool opportunities. I've done a batting practice at PNC Park. They have some sick events. And they take care of their people. I definitely recommend MGM.
Yeah, you heard it here. Ozavi, let us know what else you like. Oh, we got another TJ Watt jersey coming through. The 90s are flying
That's
in
Jackie
Washington.
Lambert.
Come
Oh,
on.
Jack Lambert. Jeez. All right. See, I can represent that one more. That's back. Let's hear it. Tough. We got another Yinzer in the chat. Let them hear it. Gas up those Yinzers real quick. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. Let's hear it.
My terrible towels in the room. We're ready to roll.
What's his score prediction today? What's his score prediction, Jackie Lambert?
Score prediction. He said, hold on.
Oh, he's going to be running back in. We got a lot of points here. 10 is a lot of points. Philly minus 10 today. I don't know. Commanders versus Steelers is going to be a great one. MGM, give you all picks for the month. Be honest.
Steelers by 1,000,000.
There he is with the terrible towel. Chat, let's see. We're going to throw the fist up. It's Commanders -2 season. We're not the Yinzers. We're going to back the right team this week. Going to be a great game. They're going to be loud. Yeah. Any other thoughts on today, boys? Let us know. Let us hear it.
No, make sure you're staying tuned to social media. Hit the books.pod on Instagram. Hit the books_pod on Twitter. We'll get all the plays. We got another one right here. We got another, obviously, stream coming for Monday Night Football. Make sure you're staying tuned. Rams-Dolphins preview for tomorrow night. Other than that, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on Thursday for the Week 10 recap, looking ahead at Week 11.
Let's go. Follow those picks. Do you think Kamar's going to
recapping a Steelers win for all those Steelers supporters out there?
Yeah, a lot of Steelers supporters in the chat. Kamar going to get going again. Yes, he will. Israel, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hit the likes, hit the follows, get us on the Instagram. You're going to see all of our plays posted. Hit the Bucks.pod on the Instagram. Catch you guys soon. Go Patriots. Let's go. Steelers, terrible towel in the building. Commander's going to win, though. Don't worry. Haas here. Ravens already won. He's not worried. Mackey's, Cowboys. I think they could somehow be competitive today. I don't know. He is not confident in them ever.
The NFL's not the same when Mackey doesn't care about the Cowboys the way.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the Cowboys fan in the chat now. I'm the only one that believes in them. CeeDee Lamb, second best receiver in the league. Jamar Chase, that guy stinks. Yeah, I don't know. Those are some...
he's doing off last week.
Adam Ray, thanks you for tuning in, buddy. Keep up the fitness stuff. Hit me up with some respect numbers because I need some help getting back into it. Yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next week. Love having you. Hit the Bucks pod. You know where to be.
Catch that ticket.